Hey, my friend, this story is going to be a long one. So grab a seat and also grab a drink. Let me gist you what happened between me and Chinedu, my ex-husband. If I had married an already rich man, society would have called me a gold digger. They would have said, look at that one, she just cornered herself a big man. But the poor man I married, the one I invested my whole life into, the one who had nothing but a big empty dreams, that one still found a way to use my star, to use my own star to shine. Fiakwa. You see, Chinedu, let me tell you how we met, how it all began. We met in Lagos, back when he was just a skinny boy with ambition, selling recharge cards and cheap gadgets in a small shop near my office. He was always neat, always smiling, and his dreams, his dreams were larger than the whole of Victoria Island. I was working a low-level admin job, I was barely making enough to pay rent. But the thing was that I was comfortable, while he, on the other hand, was always on the edge of life. But the way that boy used to look at me, it was like I was the answer to all his prayers. Not for money, but for peace, for support. Sometimes he will call me, Nkechi, you are my rock. When I look at you, my spirit settles. Say one day we go make am. I know say na you be my destiny helper. And I believed him, truly I believed him. His struggle was our struggle. Abi no be so? Let's keep going, Sha. When his business needed capital, I didn't hesitate. I emptied all my savings, the money I have been keeping for my master's degree, and I gave it all to him. 250,000 naira, just like that. My mother was even crying. She said, Nkechi, are you mad? You are pouring water into a basket for a man who is not even your husband yet. But I simply knew, because I saw the pure love in his eyes. Then, when we finally got married, it was just a very small ceremony. No fanfare, no big wambe, just family, food, and plenty of prayers. After our wedding, we lived in a face me and face you apartment. That hot, noisy, and cramped public yard. But every night he would come home and hold me tight. I felt like the richest woman in the world because I have a man that loves me. Then I saw it that, in this struggle that we are in it together, that I was his backbone, his silent engine. Then while he hustled outside, I prayed inside. As a wife material, unlimited wife material, where I be now, I started to cut down on my expenses. I learned how to stretch a small pot of soup for a whole week. We suffered though, but you see our love, it is very strong. It was a bond forged in fire. Then things started to change. And see, they started to change, and they changed very quickly. It was like a switch had been flipped. The other day, he was struggling to pay a 50,000 naira debt. The next, he had secured a massive government contract. He moved from that small shop to a huge office complex in Lekki. And within 3 years, Chinedu had become a big man. My own Chinedu, my own husband. We moved into a mansion, a proper house that swallowed me whole. I went from Okada to cruising around in a brand new Lexus. But you see, that wealth was sudden. It wasn't the slow, steady progress we had envisioned. It was like an explosion. And with that explosion, the Chinedu I knew disappeared. He started to become distant, secretive, He stopped coming home early, and his eyes, the ones that used to shine when he looked at me, now started to look through me like I was a piece of furniture. His phone was a fortress, always on silent, always face down, always with a new complex password that I can't remember. And when I tried to talk to him about that, he would brush me off with an air of superiority. Nkechi, stop behaving like a village woman. That's what he would tell me, waving his hands dismissively. He would then start telling me, I am a businessman now. I have very important things to do. You just relax, enjoy the money, and stop stressing me with this your small girl drama. Me Nkechi, small girl drama. Me, the one who had eaten half-cooked beans with him. I beg oh. What was stranger was how I felt. As he rose, I felt myself shrinking. The joy in my life started to evaporate. Even in this big, beautiful house, I was restless, constantly tired, and inexplicably sad. The fire that used to burn inside me, the energy that made Chinedu call me his rock, started to dim. I used to be lucky. Everything I touched prospered. But now, I did start a small business selling less, and it fell spectacularly. I would apply for a course and my application would get lost. My health, it was always something. Headaches that won't go, body pains that no medical explanation. I wish I had known earlier. One evening, I was getting ready for an event. I looked at my reflection while trying on a new Iran boba he had bought for me, and for a moment, just a split second, I felt a deep chill. Because that reflection I saw in the mirror, it looked muted. Like the vibrant, sharp colors of me had been all washed out, leaving only a faint, blurry outline. It was as if the life in the image that I was seeing in that mirror was struggling to keep up with the frame. But the thing was that I dismissed it as stress. As stress, but still yet, the fear had settled deep in my bones. From then, I started having nightmares. Every night, the same dream. I would be lying down and Chinedu would come into the room, not as my husband, but as a shadow. He would lean over me and I would feel a cold, sucking sensation in my chest. And a voice, not his, but heavy and ancient, would whisper, I am taking your light. Then I woke up screaming, drenched in sweat. But when I looked at Chinedu, he would be there sleeping peacefully, a slight content smile on his face. But the thing is, a woman's intuition is never wrong. I knew something was fundamentally wrong with me. And not just with me, but with our marriage, our destinies. This wasn't just ordinary betrayal. This was something spiritual. One day, I found a small folded piece of paper tucked inside the lining of his old Bible, the one he used to carry when he was still struggling. I know I shouldn't have been snooping, but something pushed me. I opened it. It was a receipt, not for money, but for services. The address was a remote area in a neighboring state, and the details, Jesus Christ, the details were fake but terrifying. It said, consultation fee, binding of destiny, or star rerouting, and beneath it, in shaky handwriting, was my maiden name, Nkechi. My blood ran cold. I almost collapsed. Rerouting? Where are they rerouting my star? Binding? All the stories my grandmother told me about village people and spiritual wickedness came rushing into my head that moment. I started to wait for him. I waited for him that night. I did not even cry. I did not shout because I was too dumb. When he finally swaggered in at 2 a.m., smelling of expensive cologne, I dropped the note on the marble floor and I told him, Chinedu. My voice was unnaturally calm. What is this? What have you done to my name? What have you done to us? He looked at the paper and his face, it went through a lightning fast transformation from annoyance to panic, then to a cold hard resolve I had never seen. He didn't even try to lie. He started to say, look, Nkechi, let's be matured about this. I screamed, matured? What type of maturity, nonsense maturity is that? The years of pain rushing out? You went to a babalawo. So, Chinedu, you went to a babalawo to tie my destiny. You stole my life and you want me to be matured. After everything I did for you, after I gave you my last kobo. He started to pace the room, running a hand over his head. Then he said, I had to do it. Don't you understand? I was tired of struggling. That spiritual man, he told me your star was so powerful, so bright. He said if I had connected my destiny to yours, I would rise like a rocket. But he warned me, your light would be used to fuel my fire and you would remain static, always struggling behind me. Hey, Jesus. So I told him, so you choose wealth over me. You choose to sacrifice your wife, your destiny helper. Chinedu. Then he started shouting, I did it for us. I did it for us. Look at this house. Look at the life. Look at the life you're enjoying. Are you not enjoying it too? Aren't you? Be reasonable. Nkechi, you can't stop my destiny. My destiny was to be a big man and you were simply the key. Look at the idiot talking. Look at the non-entity that I married thinking that he was something. I just stood there staring at the man who had been my everything. My husband was just a spiritual vampire. He hadn't just cheated on me with a woman. He had cheated on me with my own destiny. The man I loved was feeding on my essence, and the love I had for him was like a drug that kept me docile while he drained me. The pain, don't even ask about the pain that I felt. It was not just heartbreak. It was the pain of a soul being ripped apart. This one passed heartbreak. I walked out that night just like that. I took nothing but my handbag and the clothes on my back. I couldn't stay another minute in that house built on my stolen life. Then the world reacted with absolute shock and scorn. My in-laws called me crazy. They were like, Nkechi, are you okay? Which woman lives a house with a Lexus for this kind of foolish story? Be careful, your village people are distracting you from your blessings. Who cares? As for my own family, they were confused too. My father, bless his heart, because he was alive. He told me, daughter, that man is rich. Just go back. Be humble and let him give you money to start a business. Don't destroy your future over a dream and a small piece of paper. But they couldn't understand. None of them understood. They saw the money, but they didn't see the spiritual chains. Chinedu even came to my father's house, not to apologize, but to threaten me. Can you imagine? He was saying, Nkechi, you will regret this. You cannot expose me. Everyone will believe I am the victim, and you are just a greedy, jealous woman. Looking at him, I felt completely alone. My spirit was low and my body was failing. I knew I couldn't fight a spiritual battle with physical weapons. I needed help that money couldn't buy. Then it was my cousin, Auntie Ifoma, who saved me. She really helped me. She's the quiet one. She doesn't talk too much, but her faith is deep. She then led me to an elder, not a babalawo or a prophet that shouts on a microphone, but a very old woman, a spiritual elder in her 90s, who simply knew. Let me gist you. When I walked into that room, the elder didn't even look at me. She just signed a deep, weary sound, and she said, "Daughter, the darkness is heavy on you. The thief you loved has taken the flame of your lamp. He has bound your star and hidden it under his throne. You are a candle burning for another man's room." She confirmed everything. The elder explained that my love, my constant efforts, and my sacrifice had made the bond even stronger. That the more I worried about him, the more power I gave to the binding. But she said, "You are not broken." She placed her cool, wrinkled hand on my head and she continued, "Your essence is merely captured. We must find your star and free it. It will be a painful process." Then we began the work. Fasting, rituals, prayers spoken in ancient language. I spent weeks purging myself spiritually and emotionally. I felt the old Nkechi slowly returning. The headaches lessened. The strange weakness began to lift. The elder's final instruction was the hardest. "You must forgive him, Nkechi, not for him, but for you. Unforgiveness is a chain that keeps you connected to him, and he will continue to drain you even from a distance. Cut the cord of bitterness," she said. I had no other option than to forgive him. Besides, the forgiveness was not for him, just like the elder said, but for me. Thank you, Jesus. So, thank you. My sister or my brother, whoever is listening to me, it took me 2 years to get my divorce and 3 years to feel truly free. Chinedu is still a big man. He still drives the big cars and lives in the mansion. People still hear him, "God, they hello, got anything for your boy?" But I hear stories. I hear rumors. He is restless. He keeps having strange problems with his health, and his businesses keep facing huge unexpected losses. You see, the power he gained was an artificial light, fueled by a borrowed star. Once the source starts fighting back, the whole structure begins to collapse. Well, you see that masters that I wanted to run, which I couldn't because I gave him all my savings for it, I finally got it. I run a small, thriving consultation business now. Nothing flashy, no Lexus. Just a simple, reliable car. But I'm happy, very, very happy. My sleep is peaceful. My reflection is bright and clear again. So, my friend, this is the lesson that I learned. Love is not enough. Love, especially when it is pure and sacrificial, can be used as a weapon against you. You must be spiritually aware. You must protect your energy. Your life is not a bank account for others to withdraw from without your permission. Biggest lesson is about destiny. My destiny was to shine. No one, not even a cheating husband, a babalawo, a piece of paper, can ultimately extinguish the light the Almighty God placed inside you. They can only borrow it for a season. I survived. I am wiser and I am calmer. And every morning when I wake up, I look into the mirror and I see Nkechi, the real Nkechi, and that, my sister, is the wealth that no man can steal. Now, so it take happen. So you see, never trust the loyalty of a poor man.